Hello, hello, hello. Let me check everything's working. I might just dip the music down a little bit. I think we're good. I think we're live. Jolly good. Hello, everybody. Yes, I'm a little bit late, but to be honest, I think this might be the new time to start tonight because Wednesdays are all a bit difficult. So, but anyway, welcome to another Wednesday night workshop where we get to do some painting. Jeff, I've just seen you pop into the chat, so hello, mate. Let me just bring my windows back up again. But Chef is there, Jim is there. Hello, mate. I think this is the first time I've got the new rig working on a live stream. So I've changed the camera setup over here now. So I used to have a kind of a diagonal camera to my left here. I now have this whole ring light set up with my camera pointing directly down through the ring light. So you get more of a top-down view now, which hopefully means you get a better view when I'm painting, and it also should auto. There we go. Look, we get a bit of auto focusing as well, so that's nice. So yeah, I'm hoping this gives a slightly better experience when I'm doing the painting. So yes, there we go. Right, so we've got one more miniature to do. This is the last one of my current set of Moonstone before I break into the Kickstarter. But actually, after we finish this one, there's a couple of other projects I want to do. One, the Blood Bowl team, so I can play with my son James, and then we're going to be doing Rangers over Shadow Deep, and I've got a few miniatures I want to get going for that game as well, which is going to be a whole project behind me. So I might go into more of that very soon. But for now, definitely more textile. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Yeah, this camera's actually a bit different as well because I've got this camera now on an arm. So the camera you can see me on, this face, is not only now eye level. It was slightly higher before, but it's actually a bit closer as well. And then the rig, which you're now seeing through here, instead of being that sideways angle, which meant that I had to kind of like paint a bit awkwardly, I can now just relax. Like wherever I put my hands, that's where the model is, and the camera with always a little bit of persuasion each time, but as you can see, we can get pretty close now. When I'm showing you details and that, we can get right up in there, and we can come down on the back. Listening in while I test people. Oh, nice. Yes. Well, let us know which ones you're testing, Alex, and if they're working all right. But let's get some anime characters. Definitely, mate. We could definitely do some of that. Yeah, so let's crack on with this then. We've got this last Moonstone character to do. My wet palette is all fired up. Hopefully, if you can hear some music in the background, it's not too loud. If it's too loud, let me know. I'll dip it down a little bit. But it's just to have a little bit of something in the background. Yeah, so I'm not sure what... I haven't decided. People always say to me, like, do you just cut with the colour scheme and then, like, where'd you go? I normally just do it on the fly. At the moment, I don't know what I'm doing with her, apart from she's going to have a gold peg leg. She's got this kind of like steampunky metal peg leg there. Obviously, we've got a chest we can paint and other bits, but maybe suggest a hair. If anyone wants to suggest a hair colour, I'm very open to suggestions. Right, let me bring the stream up on this screen so I can also see the chat here as well. But yeah, Alex, 90 PCBs. That is a lot to go through. I don't know how. That's a lot of plugging, unplugging, and unplugging. That's a lot to do, basically, is what I'm trying to say there. Yeah, I like this now. I like it now that I can autofocus. Normally, I was having to fiddle around all the time, but it should now follow, no matter how close I get, and then I can back away. So, nice. It's nice from that point of view. This has signed me out for some reason, so I don't know why it's decided to do that. Do you have any idea what's in the 90... okay, all right. Let's keep it clean. Yeah, 90 PCBs, mate. Do you have any idea what's in there? You must have some inklings in some games. You got a Street Fighter 2 Turbo? Right, I'm just going to bring the stream up on this screen here so I can see the chat without having to look over there, basically. There we go. That's better. Oh, a Sunset Riders would be. Robocop would be. Ninja Warrior, yes. Bad Dudes versus the Dragon Ninja. Just the coolest name for a game ever. Just found a bootleg of Burger Time called Cook Race. Nice. Let's get this barrel. Let's get this barrel. We'll do the easy things first. Let's get the barrel painted, and we'll see if inspiration comes along. I need a woody colour. I need wood. I need magic wood, Al. Cook Race, yeah. I'm quite looking forward to this new little project I've got behind me. I had my 3D printer on the go today, printing me up a river. Nerdy geezers on. Literally a couple of minutes ago, mate. You're all right. As always, a little bit impromptu. Didn't really shout it out or anything. I think going forward, Wednesday night's workshop will be an 8:30 start, I think. Just because Vic's at running club, and by the time she gets home, it's just easier to start at 8:30, I think. Right, I need to find a comfortable painting position. I think this is okay. Just need to adjust a little bit. If I go off camera and stuff, guys, just while I'm getting used to this new setup I've got. Jennifer Lemmer, I did say I need magic wood, Jennifer. Magic wood. Yes. Yeah, I believe there are remedies for that, I believe. But yeah, this looks I feel like I'm in a good spot here. I'm just checking on the camera itself. I feel like this is a nice little spot. So, like I say, if I accidentally drift off camera, it's just habit of having the camera to my left normally, instead of having it directly above me. It is our arcade's catchphrase. But as always, thank you very much to people that pop in and say hello. It's always much appreciated. We'll get through the messy stage first. There's always when you begin a paint job, it always starts off with not being happy with it, and then get to that point where I go, oh yeah, it looks alright now. Jeff, are you still looking at Gunpla models? It do seem to be the hot topic at the moment. That's a couple of YouTube channels now that I've seen talking about Gunpla. Yeah, if anyone has a hair colour they can think of that would be good for this little pirate lady. I'm feeling like a redhead at the moment, but I'm open to suggestions. I may have bought a few more. Totally good. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, a redhead. It doesn't matter if I get a bit messy with this bit, because I'm going to do the sort of metal framing around the chest anyway, so all good. Yeah, he did. Slimehouse said they were cheaper on. Well, they had some deals on Hobbycraft. I need to get one of the those lining pens, or I know there's an inking version you can do. You can use like a really fine black ink to do the panel lining and stuff. So yeah. Yeah, so once this miniature's done, like I say, the next project is going to be some well, hopefully some Blood Bowl. I do want to do a quick paint job on a Blood Bowl team of an Orc Blood Bowl team, just so I've got it there. So if my son does want to play, I've got a team good to go, and I haven't got to play with unpainted miniatures, which is obviously criminal. But then the focus is going to switch to playing through a campaign called Rangers over Shadow Deep, which is kind of going to be a build, paint, play along. So as I play each scenario in the game, I'm going to build the models I need for it. I'm going to make the buildings, make the table. That'll be something I can do, and if people are up for it, then I'll stream the whole thing. So even the gameplay bit, I'll do a stream on that as well. Jeff just picked up a Batman animated box set. I haven't seen the video. Very nice. Where's it from? Please tell me it's the Red Hood movie. I haven't watched the new series yet, Jim, the Penguin, but I've been told very good things. I don't know if it's, hopefully it's continued to have good things about it, but certainly the people that I know that have seen like the first few episodes, a little bit of fun. It's not, I thought it was Flash, but it's not. It's actually part of the kneecap there. Okay. Yeah, good things have been said. Oh. So I will definitely get around to watching it. I am currently watching the new season of Arcane, which is probably something that no one else here would watch, but I really enjoyed it. Apparently it's better than the Batman film, but that probably, in my opinion, couldn't be that difficult, because I didn't really enjoy the Batman movie. So but I'm probably in the minority on that one, I think. When I said it, I didn't enjoy it, I mean, I judge movies on whether I would go back and watch it again, and how excited I am to maybe see it again. Like the original Batman movie, I could watch right now. I could put it on and I would enjoy it. And the same with Batman Returns. But with this one, when it finished, and I can't say I'm that fussed about watching it ever again. So that's how I judge it. Like, it was alright when I watched it, but I think it was a bit slow in places, and yeah, didn't set my world alight. Right, let's try and do the part that I hate, which is the skin. So got her arm out here. So in this part, I'm just blocking out all the colours. I'm not trying to do anything fancy. I don't care about being messy. If it's a little bit messy, that's fine. Just trying to block out where I want most of the colours to go, and then I can come back to those areas and finesse them with highlights and stuff like that. But at the moment, we're just blocking out the colour. Oh, this unfortunately, this tablet, this screen I'm using here, is gonna have to go. But it's doing all sorts of weird things. No, oh, screw it. I'm gonna look over here for the chat. That tablet is getting on my wick. I've got an old Microsoft Surface in front of me, and I think over the years it's just degraded, and the screen just starts. There's no better word for it. Touching itself and doing all sorts of things I didn't ask because it's a touchscreen. So that was way too drawn out. Just watched literally right from before the stream. 1917, finally surprisingly bad. Oh, okay. Not your jam at all. Is that the one that's done all in like one long cut? Is that the one? Need some whites. So if I miss any chats, I will try and catch up. It's just this screen in front of me is not playing ball, so I'm just looking over there now for the chat. But there's always something to fix. Yeah, I think if it's the one I remember, where it's just one continuous, I think it doesn't hold a record for being like the most, the longest move you're saying in a single cut or something. There are some long cuts, very very short, but too slow, and the basic military premises of the movie. Well, that must always be a thing with you, Jim. That I think you could easily be taken out by some of the military stuff. I think I found it. Like, there's a reason why movies have cuts in them. Like, and probably, funny enough, I was talking without about cuts in YouTube videos and stuff. And those cuts are often normally to help movies along and keep the excitement going, keep the engagement going. So if the cuts are far too long or too far between, maybe that can be detrimental to a movie. And that's nice to do it from an achievement point of view. But to quote Jurassic Park, just because we could, no one stopped to think if we should. We were too preoccupied with the case that we could. No one stopped to think if we should. Is nice because the camera's above me now. I don't have this arm. This arm used to like bash into things, but now the space in front of me is completely open, so I don't have to worry about knocking the camera. I will have to worry when I reach over there, but I suppose I could raise this up even further and then zoom in. That might be a way to get away with it if I wanted the rigging out of the way almost. Yeah, it's yeah, the Sisu one is yeah, definitely more of a out there action movie. It's good though, good, but yeah, certainly don't watch it for any of your military realism. Well, it's very gritty though. I mean, it's not too crazy. It's not John Wick levels. Right, so we're going to go red hair, definitely. So that's kind of sold on that. Uh, so she does need a colour for her dress. Now, what colour would go nice with red hair? Obviously, we've got brown for all, like the belts and the buckles and stuff. But this kind of corsety dress thing she's got on, we need a colour for that. Right, whilst that dries, I need the skin to dry. I'm gonna grab a brass. I mean, something completely different to chef. We're doing well so far tonight. We've had magic wood and now had me grabbing a brass. I do need a brass though. That is not. I'm not going to get away from that. Oh, Paul, hello, mate. The chef's still here. He could be watching me on the telly. He does. Sometimes he can't comment, can he? Because he's on the telly. But that or he's out looking for brass. Well, thanks, people, to popping and saying hello. I've talked about a peg. I've talked about needing magic wood. I'm now after a brass. That's the three things so far this evening. I'm sure there'll be more. He's watching on the telly. See, there he is. I'm on the big screen. Hello, Mum. I'm on the big screen in the chef's house. What's that's the that's a great film. The Game. What a great film that is. That is one of my first DVDs. The Game. I had it in a plastic. Back then, DVDs tend to come in the cardboard cases, which I've got a few of, or they'd come in a fancier plastic clear case. And The Game was one of those ones that came in a fancier case. And I've watched The Game many times. A really good movie. That I like The Game. Jeff is in the house. Yeah, if anyone hasn't seen it, I'm sure everyone has seen The Game. If you haven't seen The Game, it's really good. Really good. Oh, have you not seen it? Oh, then I won't. I won't say anything. Then I definitely won't say anything. One of those movies that's very easily spoiled. So I'm just going to shut the hell up on that one, mate. But enjoy it because it's a good film. Good film. Who the fudge is Retrobate name? Super familiar, but not sure. I assume you're watching that, Paul, with the new good lady. Very nice. Say hello from the Hobby Lodge. You can show her that this is what thinks you're a nerd. What real nerds do. You're not a nerd until you're painting tiny little. In my heart, Paul. She said hi back. Yep, she thinks I'm a nerd. Hey, look, we're the best. Nerds are the best. Nerds are, without a doubt, the best kinds of people. Well, clearly she's finding out that nerds are the best, see? She's with one. Right, what's going on with this lady? I can't really tell what's going on with this left leg. Anyway, we'll just go with it. All that one. It's always funny though when someone's watching a film for the first time and in your head you're like, oh my god, that film, I've seen it so many times, and in my eyes it's like I can't believe that people haven't seen that film. And there's probably tons. If you managed to, you're still there, Paul. If you managed to get her to watch The Thing yet, surely that's got to be right there, isn't it, on one of the first dates? Yes, if that was you saying, right, I've got to go, then you definitely have got to go. Enjoy the movie, my friend. Good night, pal. You filthy animal. You could be dedicated like Chef. Chef takes me to bed. You know, Chef takes me and watches me in bed. That's dedication. Right, I need to. We're going to go with this. It's just going to be the base of the hair. I'm not going to. Let's see how we go with color wise. Not seen The Thing yet. We went to see Romulus, so. Oh yeah, this is far too yellow. This will be okay. We start here and we'll work our way from here. At least this is a color. So we'll start with a color. It's not a terrible colour. Gives us something to just block it out and start from. Okay, we do need something. I'm going to go with a pink. Why not? Let's go with a pink. Probably going to be easier to paint over some of the buckles and stuff and then just come back and paint over them again. Concentrate. Second. Might actually, it's a bit. This is one of those. I'm going to turn to a bit of a Bob Ross here for a moment. This might turn into one of those happy little accidents. I'm actually going to leave the white. I'm going to repaint that bit there. No other way of saying it apart from just where the boob is, and there, and leave that sort of top half line white, just like the corset kind of finishes in a kind of a white top bit. I'm going to leave that as is. I think that actually, they say, is a happy little accident. And if I did it all in pink, might be too much. Where if I just leave the top part, you see what I'm talking about? Just here, like white, and do that as a kind of a white cloth, might look alright. then it doesn't all just look too samey. Right, I definitely need to let that dry. Does need a cap. She needs a little colour on her. Yeah, let's grab some little room and get the metals done. I'd like to get this model finished by 10 o'clock, so that's kind of what I'm aiming for. Not a very complex model, so might get it. But I really am keen to then start some of the other projects I've got going on. So I'll give Moonstone just a little rest, just to do something a little different, and then we'll come back to Moonstone. After we've done some other bits and pieces. Like I said, I have got about another 30 miniatures in this range that all came via Kickstarter. Not running out anytime soon. Go back to the gold for a sec. Okay, I think everything's good. Ever since I had that stream just absolutely die, it looks a little bit Ronald McDonald from a distance. Well, you know, I suppose nothing wrong with that, I guess. So I'm trying to see what you're seeing now. Little bit Ronald McDonald. How dare thee? How very dare thee? The nice thing is, because we're just in the blocking out phase, so anything we don't like is easily changed after this step. That is the nice thing. Come back and go, oh yeah, I don't really like that. Yeah, I'm not digging the Ronald McDonald vibe. Oh, bit overzealous there with the brush. The skin. Wick that away. The gold looks yellow on camera. Okay. Yeah, I mean it's quite a bright gold at the moment, so we'll dirty it up in a sec, and then we'll highlight it up. But that's fair. It's quite a yellow. It is quite a yellowy gold, so I don't think that's a unfair statement. We'll get some Nuln Oil in there, and then we'll highlight it up a little bit. So by the time it's finished, it should look less yellow. It's still going to look yellow. I mean, it's yellow gold at the end of the day, so it's going to still look yellowish. We'll see. Yeah, so I'm going to paint that, keep that white. Hit it with... Yeah, I think that looks better, the corsety bit now. Keeping the top half of it white. So they're just doing the whole thing in the sort of the pink colour. Because then when I come to like the stitching, I can sort of catch this stuff if I can see it with my eyes. There you go. So you can then do the stitching on the front there, and it kind of matches up with the top piece. I think that looks alright like that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Right, don't quite know what's going on with this leg behind, because it's not it's wearing almost like just like a trouser, but the trouser doesn't go all that, unless that is, no, that's definitely leg there, but like a knee pad, and then it's almost like a legging, and like a legging. Got boots on. I might have to have a look at the picture a little sec. Have a look at the... I'm just going to go onto the Moonstone website, just take a look at this miniature. Moonstone the game. I can't quite tell what they are. Miniatures. They are Dominion, I think. Yeah, Dominion humans. There she is. They do it very differently on the box art. Must admit, it's a lot of the Moonstone stuff is painted in a almost a more drab style. Okay, so they do the peg leg in 2 stages. There's like a, I don't actually mind that actually. There's like a silvery bit because then it matches the other leg. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, all right. Yeah, I think we could do that. But the only bit that's actually gold is the actual peg leg. This bit here is silver, and then it matches this one on this side. So yeah, okay, that makes some sense. We can replicate that. We can paint this part of the leg silver. Just leave the actual bit below. Same with this. This is now. This silver needs a shake. That is not coming out very. Yes, it's almost like she's got like a leg guard or something on. Although again, that doesn't look 100% right. All right, we're going to leave it, and then we can come back to it. We'll gonna get it. Might repaint this bit. Won't worry about it. Right, quick bit of Black Templar. Flash on the gun. Shaz, hello. Thank you for coming in and saying hello. We are trying to whiz through a bit of a paint job on one of the last remaining, well, originals of the Moonstone sets. yeah, thanks for coming in and saying hello. Appreciate it. Hope you're well. You're good. You up to anything? Any hobbies or anything? Right. So we're making good progress, which is nice. We are making progress. Right, I'd like to get some oil down on it now so that I can get that to be drying. I need to invest in like a little you can get like USB hair dryers, like mini hair dryers, and they're really useful for like saving you having to wait for paint to dry. Give it a little blast with a mini hair dryer. Not go crazy with it. A little bit of a blast. Means you can crack on a bit. Using the nulling oil on any metallic surfaces so that one brings down the shine, adds a bit of tarnishing. And then we can always go back in and highlight back up again wherever we want. Okay. Now that's all just got to dry off now and do its thing. I definitely feel like this is not supposed to be. I think this bit here is metal, where it's like a knee guard. And this looks far too much like puffy clothing. I'm going to come back and redo this part. So just down here, let me see if I can. So yeah, just here. This is the wrong shape to be metal. So this knee guard is metal. I believe this is cloth. I'm going to come in and repaint that in a minute. But yeah, we've done the other leg now. So the other leg is more of a darker metal at the top, and then the bright gold, which will be dark now because we just put a wash all over it. But when we come back, we can brine it up. So yeah, we are ticking along. So now, whilst all that is drying, I can go and do the highlight on the dress part, I think. Let's grab probably this one. Thanks, mate. Tested a few boards, but I'm tired now. I bet, mate. It must be. Is there such a thing as like a testing rig where you don't have to have a whole cab? You could just have like because in PC building, you used to be able to have like a rig, like a metal piece of paging with a power supply, and you could pop a motherboard on it and quickly test processors or graphics cards without putting it all in a PC case. And that they must do something similar, I imagine, for PCBs. So you can just have a quick jack into a screen or whatever and just quickly test them. It must be a bit of a nightmare to have to keep crawling under and. Yeah, a super gun. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, something like testing 90 PCBs going to be. Well, I suppose I mean, obviously, I can totally understand the fun side of it because you never know what you're going to get, do you? You can fire something up, and you ever find that even when what it says, if it does say anything on the board, that's not necessarily what's on the chips, sort of thing. I suppose people flash the EPROMs and stuff, don't they? Yeah, you think you're getting Street Fighter 2 Turbo, and you actually get a Mortal Kombat. Oh, okay. It must have. I don't know, mate. You haven't got. And I'm not expecting you to tell me, but when you say you go and pick up 90 PCBs, in my head, that must have been a lot of money. I mean, bloody hell, a cartridge game can cost 50 quid. So a PCB is £100, which I assume at the cheapest they're 100 quid. Like, bloody hell. Like, I doubt PCBs are a tenner. You paid £1,000 for 90 PCBs. That seems bonkers. You said you paid £1,000 for 9. I'd have been like, oh, that seems pretty good. But 90? Is that because you just don't know what you're going to get? Like, it is almost like a lucky dip. Yeah. They almost sold as like sold unseen or sold untested, and you know, you just take it on the chin if they're broken, or you know, or I don't know. Yeah. And obviously you know what you're doing, so you know, I doubt you get stung that often. That seemed crazy. 90 for £1,000. You fire one up and it's Snow Bros. That's a really good one. That's quite a rare one, isn't it? Snow Bros. Like, oh yeah. Oh really? Most of them, and then is that a case of where you can then use that for spares with other boards and stuff like that? Like, are they literally at that point then sort of throw away, or can you do something with a board, or is it a case of down the tip and get rid? All I'm trying to do here is a little bit of highlighting on boning this faucet. It's not easy to do because the lining is very small. Even if I can catch a few. I haven't got to do the full thing, I've just got to do a little bit of it. I don't know if you can pick it up, but I'm just kind of trying to line the boning of the dress almost. Okay, not too. Okay, £100 game. Okay. That's what you know, Snow Bros is one of those games I'd love to like own. I played Snow Bros a lot in the arcade. I don't know if everyone loves it the same way I do, but I guess everyone has that. Everyone has a game that maybe others don't really remember or love. But Snow Bros was one of those ones that was always in like the chip shop or things like that. But it's to me the chip shop cab running Street Fighter 2 is just unforgettable. It was not working. Someone will be able to fix it. I'll just sell it for 50 quid. Not working. It's worth that in chips. Yeah. Yeah. How much is like one of the what do you need? Can you only play the MVS carts in a MVS cab, or do they do? Because what's the Neo Geo? I thought there was a Neo Geo console that played MVS carts, wasn't there? Such an iconic time of gaming, Neo Geo. I think for the arcade, once sort of Neo Geo cabs were out there and you could play those games, that was the pinnacle of the arcade, I think. As in sort of modern arcade, I guess. I remember just seeing those games and just being in awe of them. Every time the Neo Geo logo popped up, you knew the game was going to be pretty. You can play Neo Geo games in a damn cab. You just need the adapt. Yeah, whether it'll ever happen or not, I don't know. But don't like that in here. Like a cab that could run that would be really amazing. Now I'll have to do with my little fake Pandora box thing, which is currently broken. Believe it or not, I've got to get a new PC. I've actually got to get a new board from it. I think it's blown a circuit or something somewhere along the line. So had to order another one. Luckily, the replacement board was only about 20 quid from China, so easy enough. Right, the bulk of the colouring is done now, which is nice. So, yeah, we can go around now and do all the other bits and bobs. Because the bulk of the look is how I want it. That's good. That's always good. Right, I need some white because I need to do some highlighting. Yeah. I mean, I could definitely put an arcade cab in here. I just have to sacrifice something. And to be honest, I have a space in front of this door, which I have some storage boxes in. So if I just got rid of those, it's only got cables and odds and sods in it, and then the cab could stand there quite easily, I think. Or I would the glass cabinet you can see behind me here. That glass cabinet used to be over there, and it could easily just go over there as well. Then I could have the arcade cab standing in there. It needs to be a little bit wider, so I could just move the bookshelf down a little bit. But I could definitely fit one. Yeah. Yeah, no worries, mate. Get some good night's sleep. You've had a tough couple of days, so yeah. I'll catch you later on. you need some time off so you can just sit there and chill out for a day doing PCBs. That would be really cool. You get sponsored by PCB Way. Yeah, so that is like I've already done the blouse bit. That's already done. All right, super easy. I don't know where I'm going with this red hair. She may end up having. Oh, I just smacked the camera. Then this is the problem. Right? It's in a position where. Let me just check. I didn't just dislodge that. I think it's all right. But I have got it in a position where I have to reach around it, so I might actually raise this rigging up to about here. Have the camera zoomed in a bit. We may end up with blonde hair rather than red hair. Just an FYI. Alright. I'm not unhappy with it, so that's good. Okay. So on there. Let's do the skin. Let's get this over and done with. I hate painting skin. Quite happy because the skin's already quite pale, so. Grab some white. Concentrating for a second because the one thing that I don't enjoy painting. Trying to catch the tops of her cheeks and nose. There we go. You might be, mate. You might be. But never mind. I appreciate it anyway. Don't feel you have to hang. You don't have to hang around, buddy. If there's something, you know, everyone's got stuff they want to. I'm gonna sit here and get this miniature done. Leave the stream running. Right, I need a light brown. Let's grab this Valor brown. Oh, how is work anyway, mate? Everyone being good? Fair enough. This is turning out alright. This I'm not. I'm getting to that stage now where I start to like the model. It always happens. I always think it looks like absolute crap, and then all of a sudden, like, hey, you know what? It's kind of looking on par with the other models, which I'm looking for. Good sort of generic tabletop. Well, not generic, but nice tabletop. He didn't realise he had to touch a touchscreen. Yeah. The cat bolts and just. matching some other little bits and pieces here and there with a bit of silver, just so that they're buckled. That's where people think this is a help desk. Yeah, well, yeah, you're probably not far off, mate. There are probably lots of people that do think it is a help desk, even though it's called a security office or whatever it's called. I'm sure people do just think. I guess maybe in a nice way, people just think that person can probably help. Maybe that's look at it from that angle. Think, look at that. Look at that friendly gentleman. He'll be able to show me the way. Um, I think, I think we're done. I think. Uh, oh no, I got to do the gold on the leg. I haven't done the leg. I haven't done. Where's me liberator gold? Oh, the music's gone a bit. I mean, a cyberpunk horror movie. I'm gonna quickly blacken off the base, as is tradition, before we base the thing. I wasn't actually sure I'd get this finished tonight. I was thinking that it might take a bit longer. I don't know why, but didn't think I would. But I think we've got it done. Oh, a bit of basing and varnishing, stuff like that. I suppose we didn't do the chest. Didn't actually highlight the chest, so maybe just take it from that flat colour. On some of the as Nerdforge would do, it's time for the grand reveal. There we go. I think that's done. I think I'm okay with that. Tabletop ready. We'll base it, and obviously it looks a bit shiny at the moment because it needs to be matte varnished. But you know what? I'll take that. I think that's the skin even came out quite well. Yeah, I think I'm on board. I think I'm on board with that as a miniature. Let's see if we can get nice and close. I mean, the truth is, you'd never get a miniature this close to your face. But when you're playing them, they're down here somewhere. So that's when you kind of. I always think it's what's called the 2-foot test. You're meant to hold it out arm's length. If you're happy with it, you've got a tabletop miniature. If you're not painting competitions, which I'm not doing, that is a tabletop miniature. So there we go. first miniature done with the new camera setup. So I guess my feedback, my ask would be, was that a better experience with the camera facing directly down, so you see exactly what I see when I'm painting, rather than the side-on view? I feel like it was better, and it also means I've got it set now, so like I say, auto focuses, because a lot of time things would drop in and out of focus. So now we're kind of like, no matter where I go with the miniature, it stays in focus. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Right, guys, thank you very much for joining, whether you're watching this live or you're watching it back at some point later on. By all means, leave comments and stuff. Did you like this kind of thing? I've got a survey up on the channel at the moment, asking, you know, why you're here and what you enjoy about the channel and stuff. I've got a channel update that I'm going to be working on to talk about the future of things. Yeah, so if you do watch this, however you watch it, feedback is always really, really useful. Doesn't matter if it's bad. Okay, it's constructive. Matters. So yes, Nerdy Geese in the chat there. Ta-da, mate. I'll see you all soon. All right. Cheers all. Bye bye. Bye bye.